Good early morning, everybody. It's February 10th, 2025, and it's a ridiculous time of the morning. I should have been asleep already. And my roosters are crowing because they're being harassed. Yes, at this time of the morning, it's a little bit before 3 a.m., and my roosters are freaking out because they're being harassed. Well, let me just tell you about what the stupid perps did today. They went into my eyeglasses that I keep near my laptop, and they unscrewed the portion that goes over my ear. So obviously, and I had eyeglass repair kit, and it just miraculously disappeared. So they took the screw out of my eyeglasses, and my eyeglass repair kit has disappeared. Something else that disappeared today was a brand new container of cocoa. So they like to steal things that I drink and whatever. So yeah, so that was $8.99. So I'm keeping a running list now, starting from 2025, of all the things that they've stolen from me, because back in 2024 it exceeded $7,000. So anyway, I won't bore you with the rest of the details. I'm going to continue reading The Hidden Evil, Targeted Individuals, The Hidden Evil, Tactics. So this is going to be Tactics. I think it's part 8. Let me just do a quick check here. Yes, it's going to be part 8. And part 8 is going to be about friends and family, thefts and break-ins. And we'll see how far I get. So friends and family. If you're targeted, friends and family may be recruited to break you down. They may participate in harassment skits intended to make you look incompetent, inconsistent, hypocritical, and to mock and demoralize you. The methods used to recruit friends and family will be covered in the informants section. New friends may be used in an attempt to do the same. A number of individuals in touch with us report a range of experiences with new quote-unquote friends, wrote McKinney. These so-called friends pose as confidants and abruptly end these friendships under deliberately degrading and humiliating circumstances. She added, when taken in the context of the ongoing surveillance and harassment, these exercises appear intended to heighten emotional trauma, perhaps to provoke an uncontrolled response and or to enforce isolation. Well, I experienced that here with the Scarlet, because when I first moved here, she was friendly. And then, of course, Jezebel with the blue lights on. The blue lights are off now because Christmas has ended. But she did exactly the same thing. But it doesn't upset me because you can see it coming. You know who they are. You know how you met them initially. And it also happens in the community. It happens with so-called targeted people. They'll suddenly take offense to some ridiculous thing that you've said, blow it all out of proportion, and then when you explain to them what it is that you meant, normal, rational, intelligent, emotionally intelligent people will understand. If they're a perp or a targeted perp, I call some of them targeted perps, where they're targeted, but they'll do some things on the side to just to get less harassment or a little gift card or whatever. They will pretend that they're friends, and then they just blow something out of proportion and they disappear. Just like that. It always happens so many times in the community. I'm sure it happens with people that you know, with family members and stuff. So if you're targeted and live with someone who has been co-opted, perhaps a friend or family member, they will probably be forced to carry out some of these harassment tactics. At home, they may frequently slam doors, cabinets, drawers, to make other types of noises. They may frequently crowd or block you. Areas you commonly occupy or spaces normally used will be littered with objects blocking that you have been sensitized to. Well, that's sort of like all the trash that they throw on my property and down the county road. Or all the gravel that they poured down the bank, trespassing my property in the letter V. And as somebody acutely pointed out, that black corrugated tube is not, it's not pointed downward so that water would drip through it. It's pointed slightly upward, like a cannon pointed towards my property. Yeah, Judge Shane Gabbard, who's in charge of the road work here, he authorized that. Yeah, I absolutely, he authorized that. So frequently used paths will also be blocked. Traps may be set, such as items frequently falling out of freezers or cabinets as you open them. Phone conversations will occur while you're present will be loud and contain information about your personal life. When you're out in public, these friends or family members may be forced by their handlers to guide you through and participate in a street theater where they will interact with other citizen informants to harass you. I've never experienced that, by the way. These skits will be intended to make you feel foolish, incompetent, or inconsistent. Thefts and break-ins. When break-ins occur, there's usually no sign of forced entry, and they occur when the target is sleeping or elsewhere. Well, I'll attest to the fact that in Manalapan, New Jersey, when I lived at 52 Sutton Drive, when there were break-ins, it was obvious. The door jamb was broken. There was paint cracked off of the door jamb, striation marks on the deadbolt. I mean, it was so obvious that somebody had broken in. So anyway, when break-ins occur, there's usually no sign of forced entry, and they occur when the target is sleeping or elsewhere. This is the case even if there's high-tech security system in place. Literally, in virtually all such cases investigated, the burglars leave evidence of their visits, such as relocating objects or by committing petty and not-so-petty acts of vandalism, wrote McKinney. This happens at the home as well as the workplace of the target, and is fortunate enough to be employed. Targets have reported clothing being ripped, milk, coffee, and other items poured out, and small-scale damage. I get a lot of large-scale damage. Items may be stolen and brought back at a later date, and they may move items and place them in a slightly different spot. These are essentially gaslighting techniques. Victor Santoro claims that these subtle memory games can be used to drive people insane. Small things such as pens, shoes, and silverware are taken or tampered with so that people will seem delusional if they file a police report. Burglarizing your home is very, very common, stated Murray. And a lot of times, they'll leave evidence of their visits, just little small changes in the target's home, which is noticeable, like going through my hallway and dropping everything on the floor, right? Just bumping stuff up, throwing stuff on the floor, dirt suddenly all over the tops of my canning jars. Burglarizing your home is very, very common. A lot of times they'll leave the evidence of their visit, just small changes in the target's home, which is noticeable. Executive Order number 12333 states that these break-ins can be done legally. Interestingly enough, surreptitious break-ins, thefts, and sabotage were a staple of the old COINTELPRO. Other tactics Santoro advocates include filling a target's filling a target's gas tank, or substituting items of his clothing with ones a size smaller or larger. And if you're unaware that you're targeted, as most people are, then these small changes may be attributed to a lapse in your memory. If these tactics are used in combination with others, Santoro illustrates, you may think that you're going insane. Gunderson also spoke of gaslighting techniques, which he describes as quote-unquote psychological warfare. In his personal experience with what is presumably state-sponsored harassment, he has noted bits of furniture and other items being moved around during surreptitious break-ins. He states that they are so arrogant that they almost always leave subliminal message of their entry. The logic is that a thief would never break into your home and leave a computer or a stereo or only steal a toothbrush or pour out a portion of your milk. In his book, Subliminal Mind Control, John J. Williams wrote, "If you're being subjected to a secret and involuntary subliminal experience, it is a malevolent, sinister, and often dangerous attack against you, and you have every right to vigorously oppose and thwart it as if you're a POW or someone has broken into your home to rob you of what's rightfully yours." He warns, in fact, they have broken into your mind. They are trying to rob you of your free will, even in cases where there is actually an intended positive outcome. And I'll read this last one here. Sabotage, vandalism, and staged events. Targets may regularly experience acts of vandalism. Oh, yeah. Electronic equipment may frequently be failing. People have reported having electrical systems in their cars, brand new appliances, TVs, radios, PCs, and other electronic equipment suddenly die or act strangely. Targets may experience frequent computer troubles such as failing hardware. Ongoing computer problems which do not follow any logical pattern may also occur. Some of this can be attributed to the E-bomb, which can destroy electrical equipment while not damaging humans. Some targets have reported that their pets die suddenly of mysterious illnesses. For instance, they come home to find a perfectly healthy pet unalived. Vandalism and pets being tortured may also be in retaliation for a target taking action to expose them. And many times this type of vandalism is usually just below what you would report to the police. For instance, a small but noticeable portion of your masonry has been chipped off and a crack has appeared in one of your windows. This may be restricted to minor vandalism just to let you know that you're under surveillance. However, large-scale property damage is also done to homes and vehicles, such as slashed tires, broken windows, tampering with brake lines, and destruction of electrical equipment. But automobiles are one of the biggest targets, said Murray, adding that they slash tires, smash windows, drain the oil out of cars, full with the electronic components and batteries. She continued, a lot of people have complained about brakes suddenly failing, clutches failing. McKinney agreed, writing, vehicles invite particularly ferocious attacks in these harassment campaigns. Slash tires, smash windows, oil drainage, oil contamination, destruction of electronic components and batteries. Grounded fuel gauges and suddenly failed brakes and clutches occur. Recurrent auto thefts have also been reported. McKinney explained that some of those that she was in contact with had experienced stage accidents. One involved the brakes failing in a tractor, which resulted in the death of the driver. And another episode included a person barely escaping being run off the road by off-duty bus. 2 others, added McKinney, narrowly. Here comes a copter. There's a copter over my property right now, 3:09 a.m. I don't know if you can hear it. Yep. Just flew over. Another episode involved a targeted person who avoided 3 attempts in 4 days at being run off the road. Still, another survived being run off the road twice within a week, which resulted in totaling 2 of her vehicles. They also conduct stage accidents where people may be forced into accidents in their car. So according to this information, multiple seemingly independent vehicles can be used to facilitate an accident, which can appear to have been the cause of caused by the targeted person. Add to this multiple independent witnesses, i.e. informants, and so you have a perfect recipe for murder or framing. In fact, accidental quote-unquote deaths have reportedly occurred. One more is the Stasi. The Stasi would do similar things. Car brake leads have been cut out. Accident and death reverse engineering, noted the funder. So anyway, I'm tired. I'm going to end here. So this is Targeted Individuals, The Hidden Evil, Part 8. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel grow, get the message out there. And thank you all for your questions and comments. I really appreciate them. And I'm going to sign off for now.